Morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing the same as yesterday. Just trying to make agents look good.
I hear you.
You know, anything new with you?
Um, yeah, I had 24 showings and two over list price offers on that house.
Wow. Do we know if people in your database that opened that article showed up and made an offer?
No, none of them were looking for a house like that,
Oh, okay.
but 11 people clicked on it and downloaded the brochure because I don't know if you noticed, but I have my brochure set created in Gmail Docs,
Right.
and I attached it so people could click on it and it would download the brochure.
Are you sure that they don't need the to be a Google member?
No, they don't, because I have it shared to everybody.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I got four scheduled to show today, so I don't know. Yesterday, everybody showed that said they would, so maybe
that's
these
good.
EXPers are honest people.
Depends what they got going on.
Yeah, that could be. Saturday's a busy day. Um, what else? How's your temperature out there? It's a whopping 8 degrees here.
Uh, I don't think it's as cold, but it's 32 degrees, but we're supposed to get 9 inches of snow.
Oh, well, you get that in June, right? You're used to that out there.
Yeah, right.
Winter, bad winters in Chicago. Um, what else? Nothing. I sincerely appreciate you doing this on a busy Saturday, and what I should probably do is just move you to free for the rest of your life after your first year.
I like that. Well, I have 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. That's well, that's okay. We talked about this. If you're going to be a realtor for the next 20 years, we got you. Um,
I'm good
what
with that.
I'm looking for a testimonial. How do you do your recording stuff on your iPhone for testimonials or stuff like that?
I have a webcam on my computer.
Oh, all right. Well, let's figure out how to get a testimonial out of you so I can send it to everybody in EXP,
Yeah, okay.
and then I won't bug you for a month or two.
What I'd really like is to be able to access other people and other brokerages that might see the value and want to switch over.
Well, I've got a so how do they compensate you if you bring in five agents? You get a part of their action.
Yep. And I get company stock. So it depends. Uh, if I refer them somebody, I get a piece of the commission.
Right.
If they just produce, I get a residual, and I also get stock.
Wow. Because
So
I've got
when I joined in September, the stock was at 38. It's at 109 right now.
really
Yeah.
because I've got about 9,000 EXP email addresses.
See, they can't come over to join me because they're locked in.
What do you mean? Any other?
So it's so EXP's kind of,
You can't move an EXP agent.
you can't move them to another line.
All right. So you want to try? I can't give you Realty One Group because I'll get in trouble there. But I've got lots of lists. Um, and what we might be able to do is build you a recruiting newsletter, and instead of our articles, they're here's why you want to move to EXP. Are you watching our stock? Benefits of moving to EXP, and you would write those articles because you're good at it. And what's in that for us?
Well, what's in it? Are this database? Is this people who use your newsletter or no?
No, these are people that we try to get them to buy the newsletter.
Oh, well, your benefit is that if they come over and work with me, I'm going to say you need to have this newsletter.
Yeah, well, will people work with you, or do you actually mentor them after they move over? Or
Yeah. Yeah. So for instance, each EXP line has its own upline, like a multi-level.
yeah,
And our line has all kinds of cool products. So for instance, when I was speaking nationally, I had written a book on auctioning off high-end luxury homes.
yeah. Let me welcome Teresa here, Richard. Hold on a second. Hi, Teresa. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Can you hear me? Okay.
It's actually My name is pronounced Therese.
Therese, okay. Sorry about
Yeah,
that. I won't even
that's,
mangle the last name. Marchitelli?
yes, that's
All
the American version of it.
right.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Marcatelli in Italian. How
Okay.
do I put
Therese, where are you
my,
from?
I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. I'm over in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Ah,
And I've got
hello.
Richard on the line. Richard is an EXP user of our service from outside of Chicago.
Oh, cool.
Hi,
Yeah,
Trevor.
Go ahead.
hi, how are you?
I'm good. Is my, you're not seeing my camera, are you?
No, and you're not seeing mine, and I'm like, where?
Well, wait a minute. Maybe I'll make all you guys.
I know
Maybe.
yesterday I was able to see myself, even though I'm not that great looking. So,
Oh, yes. I have Photoshop. I can make you look good,
yeah,
Richard.
there you go.
All right. Richard's been promoted to a panelist, and I'm going to do.
Ah, there we go. There. Hello.
Okay. There you are. Okay, Richard, you get in yet? You got video?
I don't. Hold on.
Because I just moved you to a panelist. And Therese, we're waiting on
go.
2 or 3 more EXPers.
Okay,
By 5 after, we're going to get started here.
sounds good.
How long have you been with EXP, Therese?
Since January of 2019.
Okay, so a full year. Okay.
Well, 2 years.
Oh, 2 years. That's right. From
Yeah,
19 to 20. Okay. I'm
Time
getting,
flies.
yeah.
it sure does.
Were you a realtor before this somewhere else, Therese?
I've been a real estate agent since 1991, but I started out in East Hampton
Wow.
back then, and then moved up to Vermont, and really I was doing real estate development in my own portfolio. And then I also, at some point, got my license up there.
Okay.
And then I moved back to New Jersey and got my license in 2013.
All right. 20.
And I haven't really done anything with it
Okay.
because I've been taking care of elderly parents.
I
Hope
know
they're
that's
doing
what gotta
okay.
happen.
Well, my dad passed in 2016, but my mom is going to be 103 in May.
Wow.
Yeah,
Long life.
Send me an invitation to the party, will you?
Yeah.
right.
I'm only an
Okay.
hour and a half away from you. Where in Jersey are you?
I'm in Ewing, which is right across the river from Yardley,
Oh, okay. So right outside of Pennsylvania on 95.
right outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
I'm
Well,
on the Delaware, so
that's right. So it's
Delaware.
12:06 now. So anybody that didn't show up isn't going to show up, or I'll get them later on. But anyway, Therese, thanks for taking time out of your busy Saturday to learn a little bit more about our program. Richard is a advocate slash, great user of our program out in Chicago, and he just likes hanging on here talking to EXP agents. I don't know why, but that's nice. So I've been doing this for 20 years. I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents and been stuck in that business ever since. So we all know that real estate's a numbers game. You've got a couple different plays going on in real estate. Richard's got a couple, I've got a couple, but we all know that the more people we can get in front of, the more relationships we can build, the better we nurture those relationships, the better off it's going to be. So what we're doing is helping agents get organized. That's the first thing we do. 9 out of 10 agents that we talk to, Therese, don't have a clean, reliable database from which to market. So we go into their Gmail, their MLS, their iCloud, their phone. We go everywhere and build that. Let me make sure that, yeah, okay, that's working well. Okay, and we build that all important database. Then we deliver content, a e-newsletter every 2 weeks that starts out as an e-newsletter, but ends up being a conversation starter because everything is tracked. So we deliver engaging content, as I said, every 2 weeks, not once a month. We help
Mhm.
agents focus where they should, which is on the segment of their database that's going to pop pretty soon. We've got some artificial intelligence we're going to show you there. We're going to show you how to slow down the defection of your clients that run to Zillow. And then we're going to improve your public relations in the local area. We've got some tools here that help small businesses in your area recover from the Corona crisis. Everything I'm showing you is exclusive because once we put your email addresses in our system, the last box there, they become exclusive. Nobody else can attack your database. So if you put in, Betty Jane at AOL.com, and then Richard tries it a half hour later, Richard can't get it. Your database is exclusive. So we start with a database, we pipeline it, we then nurture it every 2 weeks. We give you intelligence on what's going on inside of your database, who's getting ready to we call it popping, or, buy or sell, transact. How about that? And then finally, again, everything is exclusive. So these are just some of the places where we can go and grab your content and be able to build that all important database for you. So every 2 weeks, we customize the newsletter. We write 7, 8, or 9 articles every 2 weeks. You see them in advance of your newsletter going out. You could take articles out. You could put articles in. Here you see Ken Varalek over in Allentown, Pennsylvania, not far from you, Therese. He customizes it with a picture of a house he just sold recently. So we customize the look and the feel of the newsletter, and you get to control the first 5 article spots. So if you have a listing or a just sold, you want to promote your mortgage loan officer, we can give you an article. We'll write the article for you and send you a proof. But they're not hard to add yourself. Richard, you do a lot of self-publishing, if you will, inside our platform. Can you tell Therese how easy it is, or what you do every 2 weeks?
So every 2 weeks I change the masthead. Can you pull up my,
Yeah, let me go get yours. Hold on a second.
if you pull up my last one and maybe the one before, she'll get a better idea. But Therese, do you ever work with Canva? Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I use Canva, which is a great tool to create. Now, Albert, their system will create mastheads for you, which is that picture at the top with your logo. But
Yep.
I create my own through Canva, and it's real easy. And he's gonna pull up like my last 2, and you'll see what I did. I just had a listing that went live on Thursday, and I promoted it to my entire database. And the masthead is coming soon, because it was the day before it went live. It was the picture of the house. And when they clicked on it, they could download the brochure of the house or go to the Matterport 3D virtual tour. So it's real easy. And then writing articles, they have a lot of content. He's got a whole library of articles that you can grab and just pull over with the click of a mouse into your newsletter. So there's my last one that went out on Wednesday. And so if you click on the new listing coming January 28th, it actually will download a Google Doc of the brochure, which is right there. Okay. So
and who gets to see who clicked on that article and who's doing all this engaging?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the cool part.
Great.
And the other cool thing that I track as well, Albert, is when I create a Google Doc or some other document that I want to track people, is I take that URL and I create a bit.ly link, and I use the bit.ly link within your newsletter. So not only do I have your metrics, I have the metrics from bit.ly as well.
Okay.
So I can
who engage with the link.
So I can cross-reference that. So very powerful system, Therese, because you can, every time somebody clicks on something, you get a notification if you tell it to notify you. But when you go into the back office, you get to see who clicked on it, what their email address is, what article they clicked on, or articles they clicked on. So it's very interactive. And I know you're a long hauler. You've been doing this for a long time. I started in real estate in 1976.
Okay.
I owned a mortgage company for 25
How old were
years.
you? 10?
What? 10?
How old were you? 10?
I was 17, so I'm dating myself. But I owned a mortgage company, and I've done a lot of things with newsletters. And then when I started on this real estate side, I've never seen a newsletter that you could be as interactive and get as many metrics, which if you can't measure something, it's just throwing it out there against the wall and wondering if it's sticking.
Yep, I understand that. I am a metrics newbie. I mean, I know what it is, but I've never used it. And quite honestly, right now, my real estate business is starting as if I just got my license. Okay. Because I hadn't lived in New Jersey since a long time, since like 1973. when I graduated college. So I'm older than you, Richard. um, and I'm in this neighborhood that I really just landed in. I, you know, because I've been at my mom's house for the last 4 years and now I'm here. So I'm starting from scratch. I really need to build this business.
Mhm.
I have a database. It's a database that's all over the country because I have friends all over the country and people I've done business with all over the country. So how, um, and I just need I need a plan. I
Well,
need a plan to get into this local area, which has a lot of, um, you know, staid real estate realtors, brokers in it.
right.
Right, but you
And
want to get clients.
I do, and listings. I mean,
So, so you're an EXP agent, right?
yeah,
Are
yeah.
you using KV Core?
I, here's what happened. I joined a team last year that's not working out for me.
Okay.
Besides the sponsor, because my sponsor's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And her whole upline is on the West Coast. And they just started engaging with people in their downline in January. So for 2 years, I've kind of been solo, relying on, the brokers, the New Jersey brokers. I joined a team last May that is definitely not working out for me, but I signed a contract for a year. But I just figure to uh, I need to just go out and do my thing. KV Core, I'm in I'm in this MLS system that services not only this part of New Jersey, but Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia. And for a while, anytime I put in a town for, to send clients emails or listings, it would come from every area that they serve. And,
Is that
and
NJMLS, Therese?
I'm in Bright
You're
MLS.
in Bright, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know that they reached over to that part of New Jersey.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So I got that straightened out, but it's like right now my KV Core is under a team service, and it's really messed it up for me.
Hmm. I'm sorry to hear that.
well,
Yeah,
I can't help you with that aspect, right,
no,
Richard?
I
You
know
can
you
either.
can't. I'm figuring it out, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's like every time I take a step forward, it feels like I have to undo, or it's not as simple as it is. But I'm figuring it out. I don't need help with KV Core or anything. I used to get leads from KV Core. Now I'm not because of being on this team.
Hmm. Okay, that was the reason I was asking, because I use the Property Boost in there and I get a lot of leads, and I upload every lead into the Home Actions newsletter database so
Mhm.
that I could be pinging on them, dripping on them every 2 weeks with relevant content. Uh,
Yeah,
it's very powerful.
I do have some leads in there that came through this team through Zillow, which are, I'll tell you, some of them are just such dead end leads.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
but I've got email addresses. Like I said, you know, I I don't know. Anyway,
You know,
tell me more about your
you've
stuff.
got the database of people nationally that, there's probably people out in the other states that may know somebody who is going to be
Right.
buying a home, and you can refer them to an EXP agent out
Yeah.
there and get some commission for it.
And that's what I've been doing before because of my family situation. I was doing mostly a referral business. So now I'm jumping back into the local expert in Mercer County.
Mhm.
That's what we could brand you, right? Because the articles at the top can be hyper local. We can put recent home sales in the area. We can use your RPR. We can go into Bright. I've got lots of reports that we can pull out of Bright. So suffice
Mhm.
to say that all of our articles are hyper local, and we'll brand you any way you want to be branded.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, here's a question I have. When I was looking through your info and listening to one of your videos,
Right?
there was, you were talking about demographics. Now, I, I'm, I have to finish the certification, but I'm going for the senior SRES
Sorry, yes,
certification.
yeah.
And how um, can you demograph baby boomers in New Jersey? Like people who want, who are, who have their family home for 40 years, but are possibly
No, we
looking
don't,
to
Therese,
downsize.
we don't get into that. When it comes to demographics, we have a report, a market report, if you will, or a neighborhood report that has
Mhm.
lots of demographics in it, but it's
Okay,
not somebody that you, it's not something you can go out and try to get their email address because hopefully they're already in your system anyway.
right.
So we're not that kind of
Okay.
lead generation, if you would call that. Richard, do you know of anybody in EXP that's got something like that? Give me all the left-handed, ladies that are born between 40 and 60 and, that kind of stuff.
You could subscribe to a list service and get all those emails and upload them into the Home Actions newsletter. And then you could be targeting, because don't you have a way of creating groups in there, Albert?
Yes, so you can create groups. You can, elderly in Mercer County, young in Mercer County, millennials in Mercer County. We could break up your database once we start analyzing it.
Okay.
So let's move on to this next
Okay.
slide here, which is our new public relations campaign, if you will, where the agent gives us 8 or 10 small businesses on Main Street in their area. And we're talking about the bagel shop, the beauty salon, the hardware store, whatever, the bakery. And the idea is that the agent is going to promote those services in his newsletter. Now, Tom goes out to about 913 every 2 weeks. So that's 1,800 impressions every month. And he just gets nothing but great PR from people in the town that see him doing this kind of promotion. So, Therese, this may not work everywhere in the country for you because you can't put 5,000 small business in here. But if you want a key around that neighborhood that you were
Yep.
mentioning that you want to own, we can help you do that.
Okay.
And also, we could put an article right in the newsletter. Like you'll see, these are all articles here. There's room for up to 15. You could have an article that says, recently sold in Mercer County for my friends, or new 65 and above community to open up in Mercer County.
Mm-hmm.
You can put news in here. I don't know what's going on in Mercer County, but you
Right.
can rely on us, or me, to send that to, and we get it in here and we get it opened and we get it clicked and you see who clicked it.
Okay.
You can also, here's an idea too, you can also target, like, once the newsletter's every 2 weeks, so every two weeks you can feature another business in your area. And let's say it's a business that caters to the demographic that you want. So you can
Mm-hmm.
feature them, you can take a picture with your camera, upload the picture, you can write the article in the headline. It's real simple, and then it can click onto that business's website. But at the same time, then you can give the URL link to that newsletter to that business owner, and he then can send it to his database. And
Ah,
now you have a way of accessing all of that demographic with the data, with the newsletter that he just shared from you.
awesome.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, on this next one, this is an example of what we call predictive content. People only read this article, Therese, if they're interested in finding out how much home equity they have. 7 out of
Mm-hmm.
10 have no idea. They know it's good, they don't know how good. And NAR tells us that a chunk of those 70% aren't going to list their house until somebody gives them that magic number. So we want it to be Richard, we want it to be Therese, we want it to be all of my clients are handing out and doing quick CMAs for these people, deducting the mortgage, and boom, there's your equity figure. Oh, wow, I didn't know we had 160 grand in equity. Well, then you know how to phrase that next conversation, because they're probably downsizing. They're probably, have good reasons to put their house on the market. And you're going to be the one that they call, not the other 5 realtors they know. Because in your part of New Jersey, the average consumer is getting hit on or knows of 6 realtors. One
Right.
is going to get the call. The other 5 think they will. But the call's not going to come to the other 5 because somebody did a better job of staying in touch.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's a perfect example of, this is from an agent in New Jersey in Somerset County.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Weichert agent. And this just happened, I think the other day, maybe 4 or 5 days ago. Every article, after every article is open, we ask the reader to vote on it. Tell us how you like the content. And look at that fourth and fifth question down there. Do you know somebody thinking about buying or selling a home? Well, a chunk of these that you see every month have that box checked yes. So that's
Ah.
referral business right there. The fifth one, are you thinking about buying or selling a home? That's the home, that doesn't happen very often, but it does, right?
Right.
Because you're there at the right time for the right
Mhm.
reason. And all she did was she shipped up this PDF Somerset County market report. And here's somebody that read it, thought it was quite valuable. Well, if
Mhm.
one goes out of their way to do this, I'm sure a couple others appreciate it. They just didn't fill out the form, and that's okay.
Right.
But you're able to take the pulse of what's going on inside of your database. As Richard mentioned before, we have over 1,400 articles now in our library. I should update that you could take right to social media. You could put right in your newsletter. You can edit yourself. You can do a lot of stuff with them. There's an entire social media game plan built in. So as you told me before, Therese, you like metrics. Well, you're going to love all the reports that we have here. This is what we call our delivery report. The delivery report: 1,336 emails sent out, 615 opened it at least once. But look at that number to the right there, 1,016. That indicates that half of your readers will open your newsletter multiple times. Why? Too long to read right now. They want to read it later on, so they save it.
Mhm.
So we send it early in the morning so they can get a chance to see your name and your subject line maybe 50 times a day, because they're locking your name in their inbox. As they go up and down their email all day, your name, your name, your name. Okay. So over on the right, you'll see that 58 total trigger articles. That's 58 what we call conversation starters. Okay. Look at that middle red arrow there. 28 people wanted to know what sold down the street. If there's one thing you could learn today from me, Therese, everybody
Mhm.
wants to know what sold down the street. Everybody. And you're going to give it to them because you've got RPR. We're going to go in and manually build these reports and attach them right to your newsletter. And of course, tell you when somebody clicks on them, because that's the conversation starter.
Right.
Got that? Okay, Zoe, what's going on with Zillow? Some of your clients now may be coming to your website, and I went too fast there, and they realize that Zillow's got all this neighborhood information. Well, we've got a new widget in our system, and it's called Neighborhood 360, and it empowers your readers with the ability to pull up a really, really deep report on any of 150 million street addresses. So Therese, you said you had clients and customers and friends all over the country. This works
Mhm.
everywhere in the country. Okay, so
Great.
we know what's going on with home values in any part of the country. We know where the bagel shop is, where the Starbucks, store is. We've got a really, really, we call it a deep data dive into every neighborhood. I'll send you one of these reports later on. It's pretty cool. So
Okay.
now, as you noticed, if you're into metrics, you're probably aware of what artificial intelligence is trying to do for agents. It's trying to make their job a lot easier. And we just launched the product called Lead Scoring 360 a few weeks ago. And what it does is it allows us to take all of the email addresses that you have in your Home Actions database, and we blast them up against almost 900 predictive real estate related websites. In essence, we're trying to track the behavior of your clients, because we know in the past, people who bought and sold a home behave in a certain way. They're visiting websites that are unique to this whole process. Their
Mhm.
names have been found on algorithms and spreadsheets all over the internet. In essence, what we're doing is we're modeling the behavior of your clients, and we're going to be able to tell you we're not going to tell you by name who just recently got divorced or had a death in the family or has a dumpster. But listen to this now. Mrs. Jones has taken prenatal vitamins. Mr. Wilson shopped on diapers.com last night for the first time. The Evanses have a dumpster in their driveway. It's only going to be there 3 more days. There's a database of people who have a dumpster in their driveway. Put your
Mhm.
realtor hat on now and you'll say, wow, that could be powerful information. How about
Right.
the Evanses that bought 2 SUVs in the same month? There's a database of people who bought 2 SUVs in the same month. It's a very
Mm.
expensive database, because you can put your realtor hat on and say, well, wow, if they bought two $50,000 SUVs in the last month, something's going on in their life. And the artificial intelligence tells us exactly how to segment your database in 3 groups. The first group, you don't have to worry about. They still get your newsletter every 2 weeks, but they're not doing any kind of, our behavioral analysis of them indicates they're not buying or selling right now. 41s to 80s, maybe a little bit. The 81s to 97, these are the ones you want to stay in closer contact with, because we know their behavior is like other behaviors we've seen. Months after that, 3 to 6 months, somebody's buying a house or selling their house. So you'll be able to come into your Home Actions dashboard, which has all the tools, all the metrics report. Click on one of them that says 360. Boom, over on the right, you'll see all your scores that are 80 and above. These are the people that we know are having something going on in their lives right now. Could be good or bad. We can't tell you that. I don't even know that. The artificial intelligence knows that, and it amalgamates all this intelligence on your database and tells you who you should be in closer contact with. So now remember, because Home Actions is exclusive, all this information you're seeing is exclusive to you. Nobody else can score your contacts because they're in your database in Home Actions. Okay, nobody else can send their newsletter to your people because you have them locked up in the Home Actions. Okay, so there's a first mover advantage here. Now, at the end of the day, we know what to send, how to send it, how to, create these conversation starters for you. And if you're looking for chicken pot pie recipes and moving day tips, you're not going to like my product because we don't have any of that fluff. Hard-hitting, impactful information that helps them manage what they have now, really, and then what we're going to be managing for them down the road, because hopefully they're going to buy a house soon. We're going to know that. We're going to be in front of them every 2 weeks for you. So you're in front of the people that could put money in your pocket. So let's figure out how you can outsource all this. Oh, I'm sorry. One of our great tools here is the Home Actions University with over 90 short videos on best practices and how to do everything inside the system. Okay. You could either watch some of these or just tell us what you want and we'll do it for you. Richard, even you could learn a couple things, in the university here.
I've looked at some of them already.
Yeah. You got, we just went over 90 of the videos. Okay, so Therese, here's how you outsource your relationship needs to a company that's been doing this for 20 years. There's 2 ways to subscribe to our program. Same level of service, newsletters every 2 weeks, unlimited number of clients, unlimited customer support. I'm going to take you under my wing, okay, to make sure this thing works for you, because I know you're going to tell 50 other EXP agents how cool this is. Some of them buy it, then you get some free time. But anyway, the monthly plan works like this. Normally, there's a $99 setup fee, but I'm going to waive that today for you because we have a special running in the month of January, which is over tomorrow night. So you don't have to pay that. I'm sorry?
I said, right.
Yeah. So I'm saving you $99 on that. And then it's $60 per month for as many months as you want. You could cancel at any time. First month, get your money back, get your database back all the time. It's not our database, it's yours. $60 a month, no contracts, cancel at any time, no cancellation fees. So literally it's a $60 risk gamble. Wow, if you want to call it that, because you're going to get the money back if I don't deliver on what I promised you. So it's $60 to get going, or you can go to our quarterly plan and pay every 3 months $160. So there's no setup fee. There's no penalty for all those credit card charges. We'll ask you to pay $160 every 3 months. But what most agents do in EXP, they say, hey, it sounds too good to be true, Al, but let me think about that $60. Well, that $60 can be part of what we call our smart plan. In the first month, we're going to send out 2 newsletters for you, right? Because it comes out every 2 weeks. At the end of that 1 month, that first month where you paid $60 to get in the game, those 2 newsletters, if you don't feel the buzz, if you don't see stuff happening, you can walk away. We'll give you all your money back and your database. Most of the agents say, this is a slam dunk. I want to go to the quarterly plan. Or some of them say, I want to start with the quarterly plan, which is $160. $160 comes out to $52 a month versus $60 per month. So there is some savings of $80 over the monthly plan. So the smart plan says risk as little money as possible, $60 to get this started. If it's a complete slam dunk home run, move to the annual plan. Richard bought a 3-year plan that saves even more money. And he doesn't have any payments for 3 years because he bought it once. That was what, about 3, 4 months ago, Richard?
It was October, end of October,
October,
early
all right.
November.
So 2.5, 3 months. Okay. So that's the way the program works, Therese. And you get I'm president of the company. You're going to get my cell phone and you can badger me 18 hours a day because most agents do.
I do.
Then, because we got them all over the country.
I'll badger you too, Richard.
That's okay. I'll help you.
So, Therese,
So
you have any go ahead.
Yeah, I want to go with the quarterly plan.
You want to go with the quarterly plan? Okay.
That's how I run. And I think this can be really beneficial. And I know that I have businesses in mind. What I tried to do pre-COVID was get really local by visiting local, like there's farms and stuff like that, and just doing a little video on it and then posting it onto my Facebook business page.
Well, also, Therese, any of that video that you have plays right inside our newsletter.
Oh, cool.
And I'm going to tell you who opened it and who clicked on it.
Okay.
Okay, so any video that you would ever play with that you could ever put on Facebook rides. And Richard, I don't know if you knew this too. Did you ever play with live video?
I haven't yet, not with the newsletter.
Yeah, well, you can. All you need is that embed code, which I'll give
Yep.
it to you.
Yep.
And you wrap this code around your URL of your video, and it plays right inside the newsletter. Okay, so Therese, I've got the ability. I could send you an order form, which is going to take you, time to fill it out. Let's just do this over the phone.
Okay, I've got to go upstairs and get my wallet.
All right,
So,
want me to call you back in 2 minutes? I don't want you running upstairs now.
yeah, you can call me
I'll call
back.
you back in 5 minutes. Do you have any more questions about the program?
Nope, I don't. It looks really good.
Yeah, thank you. I spent
If-
a lot of time on this, probably last
Yeah.
2 years of my life.
It's
It-
great. It's
it's-
really good.
It's a great.
Are
pro-
you? It is. So are you an EXP agent?
I am
Yes.
not. No, Richard is.
Oh.
Richard is, right. This is what you do now.
Me?
Yeah, Albert.
Yeah, I
No,
am.
that's
Oh,
Richard.
yeah.
This is all I do right now is make agents
Right.
look good every 2 weeks.
Cool.
It's an awesome job sometimes. Sometimes it's a challenge because there's agents out there that spell computer with a K. Our stuff
Right.
still works for them, even if they spell it with a K.
Right.
But none of those are in New Jersey, though. Only in Illinois. Only in Richard's.
Yeah, I know. It's like the
Um,
backwater of the country.
All right. So if everybody's okay, Richard, I thank you for jumping on. Therese, I'll
Yeah,
call you back.
good to meet you, Richard.
Thank you.
I'll try. Yeah, we try to put some, live impact on this because Richard knows all of our tools and plays around with this. And Richard, we've talked 50 times probably since you signed up with this thing.
Probably more than that.
He's our high maintenance user in Illinois, but that's fine.
Hey, I've dived into it. I've learned it.
Yeah. Therese, okay, thank you. I'll call you back in 5 minutes after you get your yours. Okay.
Okay,
All right,
great.
Richard, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Richard, let's talk about that recruiting idea later on Monday.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Therese, we'll see you later on. I'll call you back in 5 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Richard, you still there?